The way you guys are looking at me, it's as if you want me to collapse here. Huh? My name is Matthews Nyirongo. I'm a second-year business student under BBA Academy 82. I know I'm a very short guy, but I'm arguably the most handsome guy from the Eastern Province. Mr. Peter Barker, the president and CEO of the World Business Center, once mentioned that only auditors can save the world. Only auditors can save the world. Would you agree or disagree with the statement? And can you give me a reason why? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm in front of you this evening to dissect a very important topic titled Internal Auditing and the Fight Against Corruption in Zambia. Now, before you get bored with the topic, let me tell you the reason why this issue is important to you and I. It's the absence of a cat that made the rat to climb the table. It's the absence of a cat that made the rat to climb the table. I need us to understand that for as long as you and I continue to remain silent on matters of corruption, what will happen is that those people who are less deserving of opportunities will continue to enjoy and benefit from opportunities to which they are not deserving. Whilst you and I, people who prepared and studied for those opportunities for 17 years, will continue to wallow in economic hardships or in the name of the job opportunities. The question then which begs an answer from all of you this evening is, how can we prevent and kill corruption? Now remember, you can't kill what you don't know, and you definitely can't know what you haven't detected. One of the most powerful machineries used to detect and fight corruption is carrying out auditing, both internal and external. By internal, I mean the auditing procedure is done by the organization itself, and by external, I mean the auditing process is done by an independent body outside the organization. Now, having said that, let's now get to the heart of the matter. How can internal auditing specifically be used to prevent and fight corruption in an African country like Zambia? Now, many definitions have been given about auditing. For tonight, my friends, I want you to think of auditing as an examination, an inspection, or rather, an evaluation. But someone at the back might ask, evaluation of what exactly? Evaluation of the business's financial transactions, checking if they're up to date and devoid of any error. Simply put, internal auditing helps to minimize the possibility of fraud, corruption, promotes integrity and financial reliability. By carrying out regular audits, internal auditors can be able to identify potential areas of fraud, identify those areas, and report them to management or the authorities. Now, do you know that the penalty for tampering with financial statements is actually imprisonment for 4 to 5 years, or even more, depending on the gravity of your matter? Even as an accountant, right? I can see young students here. Some of you have got aspirations, that's English by the way. Some of you have got aspirations of wanting to open up your own accountancy firms in future. Now, as an accountant, when you are called upon by a company to track its financial records, and then for some reason, I don't know, you end up manipulating the figures over there. As an auditor, I will be able to identify, I'm able to see why your company cannot see. The figures are showing one amount, and then you indicated another amount. Why? You get caught, you get imprisoned for 4 to 5 years or even more, and your name and reputation will be destroyed. And trust me, no other corporate company will ever want to hire you. Additionally, let me just make mention that the major reason why auditing is carried out is not basically to detect or catch corruption, but to just make sure that the statements which the company has provided you with are indicating and reflecting the true and fair picture of what's actually on the ground. And I'm weighing heavily on individual organizations or companies because, let's be honest, guys, let's be factual. If we're to really fight corruption, we need to fight it from down there. Where is it starting from? That should be our first question. Let me give an example, right? If they say that the PF government is corrupt, and I'm not saying the PF government is corrupt, if they say that the PF government is corrupt, is it that it's the PF government that is corrupt or the individual ministries making up the PF government? You concur with me that it's the individual ministries. Last year, I don't know if it should be last year, you remember just how many donations were made under the Ministry of Health, right? Do you think auditing wasn't carried out on those donations? It was. Why? Because where money is concerned, there's always the possibility of fraud. What then am I trying to communicate to you, my fellow intellectuals of the mighty Copperbelt University? Matter of fact, the only university in Zambia. Internal auditing helps to prevent and fight corruption by promoting accountability among government officials. Internal auditing helps to, how can I put it? Internal auditing helps to uncover financial irregularities among government officials, identify the culprits and hold them accountable. Internal auditing helps to make sure that those people whom we've endowed with the responsibility of managing us both at company and national level comply with the rules and regulations of financial management and reporting. Internal auditing, my friends, helps to make sure that there's transparency and accountability. And transparency, we all know that it's a recipe for democratic governance. Where there's no transparency, there's a high likeliness, there's a high possibility and probability that corruption and fraud could be taking place. Internal auditing helps to revive public trust in government officials by providing independent verification of their financial records and operations. Allow me to end by saying the following. He who needs light should prepare for heat. He who needs heat should prepare for action. And action is what you and I, is what we the young men and women need. The conversations then which we need to be having amongst ourselves is, how can we make the government of the day accountable? How can we make management work ethically? The answer to all these questions lies in the heart of internal auditing. But I don't want to be hypocritical with you guys. Internal auditing alone cannot sufficiently fight or curb corruption. It calls for you and I to put our hands together and say enough is enough. For how long, my friends over there, putting on a black t-shirt, for how long will you be deprived of an opportunity which you 100% know that you're 100% deserving? Let's use each and every tool at our disposal to fight internal auditing inclusive. The world needs you. The world needs auditors. We already have enough engineers. We already have enough doctors. The world needs more auditors. The question then remains, can you step up?
40 seconds to conclude.
Thank you. The question then, my fellow ladies and gentlemen, is, can you step up and take up the mantle of taking up auditing? I'll be your handsome presenter, Mr. Matthews Nyirongo, saying shalom, shalom, garamukani, kapena nitendo, internal auditing and the fight against corruption. Thank you.